See, students, we are going to see today the AI and machine learning and its applications and the impact of the AI and machine learning in the life of human life. And whatever the applications today we are using, might be you are not be uh, you have not encountered that this is the machine learning, or maybe this is not a machine learning. So we are here to make you aware how this machine learning and AI impact in the human life, right? And everything which is now is in automation system, so there is a what AI and machine learning. So we will see the few applications one by one, and the small description about the machine learning AI techniques and the different algorithms, right? We are not going into the depth of the algorithm, but we will see it, right? Myself, Mohammad Hussain Bora, I'm assistant professor in a DevStar, right? So let's see how the machine learning impact the human life. And now it's a trend of the machine learning only, yeah, and machine learning. So that is the agenda of today presentation. So first we are going to be cover with the all the applications, the few applications which I encountered, and that you might be encounter and you might be using, but maybe you are not aware about. That is the machine learning applications, right? The challenges before the machine learning, right? What are the challenges before we have, and then how we are cope up with that challenges and come across the new technology, because machine learning is the buzzword, right, nowadays. And every technology, every industry are moving into that automation part. So that's a very futuristic technology, and the student must also start. So the students just enter into the college, so they're just going to talk about the what AI, machine learning, deep learning, like of technology. How did machine learning evolves, right? Why use machine learning, types of machine learning, and machine learning algorithm? So we will see, right, all these topics, right, one by one. So let's start with the very basic idea about artificial intelligence and machine learning, first of all. So understand, see, the artificial intelligence, if I divide that word, there are two words, right? The artificial intelligence is the word two words, and artificial in the sense what the human made, right? That we know. And intelligence means what you are having the thinking capability. So means you, if you think and you take the decision, so means what you are intelligent. So artificial intelligence, a combination of the two words. So how that words evolves and become a futuristic technology. So it's very old story, right? In 1960 and maybe the all 1950. So understand how this word evolve. As you can see here, the images. So one is robots there, and another one is what the human brain. So basically, is what we want to be convert our human brain into the what artificial brain. This is what very first step they put it, because the human brain is having what a lot of the brain having the few parts, and every parts having some decision making systems, and that decisions will again, if you want to enter into the college, so you are going to decide, so which university you have to choose, which college you have to choose for your future uh, career. So that will be what impact for your whole life. So this is similarly, you are making some decision over the what the wrap of the college, the university, placement, the resources available. So similarly, so this is what our mind will gather all the data. So the initially the scientists, what they have thought how the brain work. So exactly they want to convert into the artificial brain. So that artificial come from that. So like a human made, and intelligence they want to give the machine that much intelligence to take the decision, right? So basically the artificial intelligence is the main branch, you can say, the computer science, main branch of the computer science, and machine learning is a sub branch, you can say, or maybe subset of the what artificial intelligence. So the machine learning need what some data. So the whole theory is behind what you have to feed some data. So similarly, suppose I give you the example how you learn to just suppose I'm saying कि तुमने अपनी basically bicycle चलाना कैसे सीखा. So there are a lot of practice you did, right, to just balance the bicycle, and then you just drive the bicycle without just hitting to anywhere. So you learn with the what by step, and then you are now perfect, and you can drive easily, right? So similarly, so that is what the continuous process, and you have to pass the data. You have to come across all the situations, and then your decisions will be what more accurate. So artificial intelligence is the main branch, you can say, of the computer science, and machine learning is a sub branch of the what artificial intelligence, right? So I hope that is the small difference, right? So I have attached all the reference as well as, so you can go through it and you can explore much about. Let's see the few applications, the real life application of the machine learning, right? So there are lots of applications are there, lots of, right? You are just, you will be unable to count on your fingers, but there are lots of applications are there. And nowadays what we are doing, we are applying that machine learning AI into the all the fields. If I divide the fields of big domain, so you can say the healthcare is the one of the domain where we are having lots of applications. If I divide into the agriculture sector, so where we are having lots of applications through which we are enabling the automatic agriculture, right? So the AI is also applicable into that field. So their finance is the another sector where we can apply. So the see, there are a lot of domains are there over we can apply the AI and machine learning and make it the automation, right? Nowadays we are having industry, so automation industry, so where we are using that IoT enable devices and machine learning to gather the data and all the cloud computing. So all the big companies, they are using machine learning, right? The Amazon, IBM, they want to be load, they want to be adjust their loads, right? So how they are doing automatically. So see the few applications. So here I just put down the few applications here. So if we start with the image recognition, speech recognition, traffic predictions, product recommendations, self-driving car, email, virtual assistant, online fraud detection, stock market, medical diagnosis, automated language translation. So there are few applications, right, which I come across and having the big impact in the human life, because we are around all these applications. As today we are using mobile phone, so that mobile phone is also having this few applications which is installed and which is tracking us, what is activity we are doing. Our GPS are enabled, they are accessing the locations, they are recommending the products on the location basis. Whenever you move to the particular mall, so they automatically identify that person is looking for that particular product the online. So that data they are going to gather. So how these things are happening, right? So there is a machine learning, right? Understand, there is a machine learning, and because of that only it's happening, and we are getting what that much active in the what internet. Every little things we search on the internet and we access it, and with accessing that information, so definitely that internet having our informations, and with that information they are what uh, they are processing, and they are suggesting all such things which are relevant to our hobbies, relevant to our likes, what we are doing. So see, there are few applications are listed here, right? So I'm just going to in my slides, in the following remaining slides which I have. So I'm going to be cover the few applications related to the each of these words, right? So we will see one by one and how machine learnings are implemented here to solve that kind of uh, problems, right? So see here, there is a one example of recognitions, image recognition. That image recognition is the very big domain, right? If I say it's a very big area as well as, so where a lot of research are going on, and we are across the images, right? Everywhere we are going to take the selfie, we are going to upload the images, right? We are sharing the images on the social media. So the whole things means whatever we do, the lot of things we are having that information in form of the what image. So image is the very a very crucial data set, what I can say. And with the image there are a lot of things are possible, right? From the image you can extract the information, from the image you can read the information, from the image you can convert into the text, image to text, right? So you can write down the description about the image. So a lot of image recognitions related techniques are available in the machine learning AI, so through which you can perform, right? So if you want to, in the machine learning is what another terms, let me coin here. So that is what the deep learning. I already told you the difference between AI and machine learning. Now there is another term which is evolved after the machine learning. That is what the deep learning. So the deep learning is more about the what images, because in machine learning we work on the text data, right? The data which is stored in the Excel sheet, in the CSV format, right? But when the data into the image format, so that machine learning algorithm are not much capable enough to perform and process that image effectively and generate the outcome. So there is another technology, another buzzword come, that is what the deep learning. So again, this is what another this is what application of the deep learning I can say. So here you can see here what is the image here. So there is one dog, right? Just moving into the water sea. So I just put it that image into the my system in the sense what my model. So that model is what my machine learning model or maybe deep learning model, and that model will decide, okay, what exactly the image, right? So now model is what, this is the input to the image, and the output of the model is what it's saying 98% it's confident enough with what that image is the what dog, the 1% is the what car, and another 1% that is what the apple. So now what we are doing, what my model is doing here, it's just classifying that particular image into the what number of objects. So how is it possible? So understand that is a what similar process. Before taking any decisions you must have a knowledge. So right. So once you have a knowledge, then only you can decide. Otherwise, you are not able to speak up. Right. Simple. So here the my model having some idea, okay, what is the type of the image of the dog, what is the characteristics of the dog, right? How car look like, how the apple is look like. So now it's making the some difference. Right. So and then it's making some decisions. So that is the what image of the. So now this is what done by the machines, not human. As we know, how you know about the dog and how you can make a difference between dog and cat. So in somewhere your mom or dad will be tell you about, "Okay, beta, this is the what image of the dog, or maybe this is the dog and this is the what cat." Then only you can differentiate. So we want, the aim of the machine learning and AI is what we want, how our brain works, how in our brains we put some images of the dog and cat, and then we can easily distinguish, okay, this is the image of the dog and this is the image of the what cat, very accurately, right? Very accurately. But we want that much accuracy will be performed by what? My machine learning. So that is what the our AI, where we are making human made model, so we can easily classify the images, right? So these are what three classifications: dog, car, and apple. So means I have, first of all, I have to be trained my model with the what different set of the images, and then it is having what the classifications into the what accurate class, whether it is dog. So as you can see, the 98% my machine is what interpreting that image is the what dog. So that accuracy is what 98%. So maybe the 2% where it's get confused, whether it is dog and car and might be that. So it's totally depend on what your data set, right? So I will tell you the different data sets resources are available. There are different lot of sources are available through which you can get the data. The one is the very I use the Kaggle. The Kaggle is the what very open source data set platform where you can get the what data set. Microsoft also offer the data set. Google Research also offer the data set. AWS also provide open source data set. So there are a lot of available UIC libraries also there, right? So there are a lot of online sources are available from you can get the what data set. So once you have a data set, then only you can train the what system, and then the your model is able to classify. Another real life application with related to the email, that is the what Facebook. I hope you use the Facebook, right? And inside of Facebook, whenever you post any your friend images, right, you tag, so automatically you know that after the in 2012 the Facebook has just started the what tagging the friend faces, and automatically it will suggest, okay, these all friends are friendlies and you want to be become a friend of these. So then automatically that graph that relations will be built, using that association. So that is the what applications they have used, right? And for that they are using on some deep mind model. So Facebook having their own models, right? They call it the deep mind. So through which that algorithms work in behind. Whenever you put any of the any group photos, or right, it will automatically tag and it will suggest the what. So that is the applications, right? So DeepMind is the what algorithm they are using to doing that kind of what image recognition. Image colorizations, right? So this is the now where you can see here I have images, right? You might be what surprised in today nowadays the smartphone we are using. So that smartphones we are having options, right? So you can colorize the image, you can convert into the different colors, you can add the fonts as well as. So that is the what applications you can colorize, you can convert into the different frames of the what images, and that image will be look like more realistic, right? You cannot differentiate whether it is original image or maybe the modified image kind of. So this is possible with the what image colorizations technique, right? The input images, you modify the colors, change the opacity, color, the multiple colors you can add into it, and then what it will give the what another set of the image which is what more realistic, right? Which having a lot of effects into it. So that is the possible photorealistic style transfer. As you can see, the very first original photo is there where is the flower is what in the yellow, and another some skyscrapers having some images in the day mode, right? I want to be convert, I want that from the one image, the another is a reference image, I want to combine that two images, and now I am having another images. So as you can see here, the first is original image, another is a reference photo. So I'm going to mix it, right? The from first just having the appearance, another one having some usual experience, and then after making all two images, we are having another resultant images, which is the what third image that you can see here. That is another unique image we can frame, right? So it will extract the features from the one image, from another image, then it will going to make the another third image, which is another unique one. And that is possible, right? From the deep learning. So the applications in images. Another second type of application is what the speech recognitions. So nowadays it's very easy, right? Before it was very difficult to just type something. So, suppose somebody is not aware about the English language. So I hope everybody is understanding what I'm saying. So here you can see it is very simple now to convert your voice into the what, into the text, right? So speech to text is now very simple now, and now machines can understand, right? Suppose you are using Google Assistant, maybe the iPhone user is Siri. So how that is what the you are saying, and that speech is recognized by the machines. As you can see here, the one side is a human just speaking something, so that is speech. So in form of the signals, that speech speech will recognize by the what my machines, and it will be generated. So that speech will recognize and convert it by the into the text and into the words, and that words will be interpreted and it will be corrected automatically. So for corrections and vocabulary and dictionaries which we are using, so there is some cloud dictionary will be available. With the help of your words, it will convert into the actual words and having some meaningful informations, and that information will be what printed. So there are applications we are using as a Google Assistant. I hope maybe at your home you are having the Amazon Alexa. So how Alexa is what understanding your language. So now it's again not a barrier of only it will understand the Hindi, maybe the English. So they are again they are expanding their models into the what multiple language linguistical platform, right? So that is a great applications, right? So now it's very easy. Now it's very easy to make understood, and you just speak up, and your words will be interpreted by the machines, and it will be perform the operation over it. Right. This is not only the that speech is converted into the word text. It will get the meaning of the text, and it will perform the action as well as. So what is the meaning of that sentence, right? Suppose at my home I have Alexa. Suppose I say Alexa, just uh, play the latest songs, right? So it will just go into the repository, find out first it will understand my language, then interpret that language, and then it will go into the library, right, and face the latest song, right, according to the maybe rating of the songs, and then it will be start the what playing, right? So understand the intelligence that machine have. So with speech, it's also possible. Traffic predictions is a very big problem, right, in India, as we always face. So whenever you move, so and suppose I don't know if I move to the if I go to any unknown city and I'm not aware about the locations exactly. So what options we have? So who is our best friend? So Google Map definitely. Everybody use the Google Map because we want to reach early. We don't want to be go to the multiple path, just one single path. No need to be asked to anybody else. So we use that one, right? With the path, it will give the shortest path. The Google Map will give the shortest path from your source to the destinations, right? With this, it will give you the lot of more options. It will give you the what traffics. It will give you the what how many signals you have to be crossed. It will give you the busy route, right? It will give you the all types of if you are going walking, if you are having two-wheelers, if you are having the four-wheelers, it will give all such type of the optimal paths as you know. So that Google Map is the what very big applications, which is what we use for traffic predictions. We can use that API, we can analyze the traffic, and we can perform the what operation. You can see the Ola, Uber, they are the again they have started they are startup companies, but now they are in the market having the good revenue, right? And they are using what the Google Map, right? They hire the local taxi persons and they are using their job, and the whole job is depend on the what Google Map. So understand. So they are using what the simple. So Google Map is the what big applications here. So we use every day for the traffic, right? Product recommendation system. So very obvious, right? As let me give you my example. Yesterday I was day before yesterday was I was just going to purchase some gift to my date as a Father's Day, right? So so here just I'm just looking on the Flipkart for some good uh, gadgets for my date. So see, I check it out, and I just gone through the different reviews of the what use the product purchased by the persons. And suppose I just dropped that idea and I went to the another e-commerce, so that's Amazon. So understand, my browsers will record every actions performed by me, and it will having some logs about it. Whenever I move to the any of the other websites, automatically that advertisement will pop up, right? You also having same experience many times you are having that experience. So how this automatically that same products will be visible to you at every web page? How is it possible? So that information also captures by that e-commerce, and they are using some machine learning techniques to recommend that products. Another way, so that is what the recommendations. Yeah, just purchase this one, they drop the price, and suddenly they increase the price, so they are using. Similarly, another way, so recommendation in the sense, what suppose I purchase the t-shirts today, right? So with the t-shirts, again it will recommend me, so just buy that jacket as well as, or the buy the jeans as well as. So that is what another way of product recommendations. So that recommendations, how they are generating the recommendation, how these things are automatically pop up to everywhere in your browsing system. So the huge machine learning algorithms they are using to recommending that product, they are applying the filtering over the number of analysis what you do over the online, then that things will come to you every time until you just purchase it. So that much, up to that much level of they are recommend us that products, right, until we'll buy. today. So these all e-commerce websites are doing that business, right? So that then only they are having what that much amount of what business from the customers. So our offline market is now very much down because of this. And this all e-commerce, Googles are connected. They are accessing our informations from that platform. Another example like I can give you, right? So suppose as an example of Make My Trip, right? Suppose you go and just book the maybe Clear Trip. So you can take any of the other examples. So once you move to the first time, very first, so they are having price. If you in a one shot, if you do not book your hotels, right? So they are going to make the increase the prices. Another example, the flights. If you just in very first time, if you look the prices of the flights are very nominal. After two or three times, if you move to the same, if you search from the Ahmedabad to Bombay and Bombay to Ahmedabad, so again the price will be getting increased. So how they are experiencing the users, they are checking the how what users are interested and over it they are recommending and they are having benefit from it, right? So that automatically that will become into the machine learning. So how this is only possible with machine learning, right? Self-driving car is a very big project by, so this is the example here with the very big company Tesla, right? They are having, they invested the huge and the whole company is doing what the number one car. Google also trying their own cars. So similarly, the different projects are going on. So so there are huge another applications which we are also interested. So this is what example the person is just sitting into the car. He don't need to be what do perform anything. We just sit into the car and just go into the sleep. So automatically the car will navigate everything. That's real time applications, right? It's very big applications in the AI machine learning. So here actually the main role of the what computer vision. So this is again sub branch of the what computer science, where you use computer vision technique to real time identify each and every object which is come across. It identify the, as you can see in the road we are having some strips, right? It will identify, it will maintain the pathway, the speeds, right? Every object it will identify in a real time. Suppose you understand if the suppose the car is moving with 80 km per hour of speed, you can understand the speed of the car and how the object will be detected with the surrounding, and it will analyze and real time it will take the decisions. And there may be lots of circles are there, they have to be moved with the more accuracy. So that is what another big application of the AI computer vision in the field of the automation. Email spam and malware filtering, so the another applications which we having everybody use what emails. So Gmail's also having that kind of automations capability to identify the spam email, and automatically it will classify into the what that category. So that is the another big application. And nowadays we are having what automatic response. It will suggest the three response, and once you click, so automatically that email will be what shoot. So this is another very good applications, right? Where we are using, right? We are using, so how it is possible, the machine learning, nothing but what machine learning. Virtual personal assistant. So as I already given you the example like Siri, right? Google Assistant, Alexa. So this is a person which also come into the category of virtual personal assistants. Apart from today nowadays, we are having another application, the automatic machine response. So call centers, there are a lot of call centers are there where you just put your query. So in the banking sector, you can see. So so initially the 10 to 15 minutes we are talking with the what machine, they are suggesting us, you just choose the options, then they are just, if we are not satisfied with their query resolving process, then only they connect with the what the person, means human being. But before it, it's what a virtual. So we are talking with the machines basically what. So as you can see here, how much load we can reduce, how much load we can reduce. Understand? So this all communications will be handled by the what? Machine. So we are talking with machine. Okay. So the virtual personal assistant. Online fraud detections. These are again the very big domain, the which is related to the what data security. We all are using the banking systems, online banking, mobile banking, right? The different types of cards we use every day. There are a lot of transactions are happening. So how we can detect the fraud? So there are a lot of fraud cases are there. The today recently I just gone through the news. So SBI just announced that you should be must aware with the another Chinese attack to the our cyber space. So this is another. So this is what the kind of online fraud detections. So which is maybe related to the what transactions. So that is what another big area where the lot of works are already going on. But here the one another buzzword I can coin, that is what the blockchain. So we are merging the blockchain with machine learning and AI, and the kind of detections and preventions schemes are there, so which we can involve, through which we can help, right? So such type of detections we can perform using machine learning. So how it will detect? Understand? How will it detect? So it is just experience. It will just experience the type of the transaction we perform. So over the transaction, the type of transactions is performed by the users. They every time they track, and according to that transactions behavior type, they will identify okay, now this is the type of the transactions which is the what kind of fraud. So again, the machine will classify this is the normal transaction, this is the unexpected transaction. Now between they are having a complete difference. Over that characteristics, they can identify the fraud activity, and then there is a system which is what prevent that fraud. Stock market trading is another big applications, right? So suppose I want to invest my lump sum amount, or maybe I want to purchase some shares online. So understand, for this is what some the income which the persons can generate, right? You have to just invest. But suppose I want to invest the amount into the market. So what you must be gone through the what complete analysis. Suppose I want to be invest into the what some Asian Paints share. So you have to be gone through okay, what is the market price of the shares, and what is the futuristic growth you can have, and how much profit you can earn. So you have to be what predict. So how that predictions will be happen? How? So there is what machine learning. It will be what it will see the futuristic data on the past data. So how the futuristic data will be generated on the past data only. So that past data will be what analyzed by the users, and then it will generate the what the futuristic suggestions over it. So the huge applications are there. The lot of research works already done into that area. Medical diagnosis. So healthcare is another field, another domain where the AI are now involved, right? So a lot of medical diagnosis, which is not very easy by the doctor to just after looking into it and just decide ki what is the disease will be there, and what is the cause of that disease to the what human. So that is not very easy by the doctors, right? To just say about that particular disease. But with machine learning applications, it's now become easy. That machine learning algorithm AI applications will give all the insight about that particular images of any of the part of the what brain, right? Any of the part of the body, right. It's not this is what image of the brain, but another every part of the body you are having the medical diagnosis, and that is the effective and quick diagnosis, right? So which is more impactful now. So you can understand. So now doctors are give, and they will start the treatment right before reach to the final stage. So that is what lot of lives we are means doctors are saving with that AI. So very important applications, and lot of now we are having robotic surgery. So that how that robotic surgeries are can be conducted. Understand? So first you have to trust the what robots. So that much accuracy the robots having to perform that kind of surgery. So that is the applications of AI into the medical. The huge area where the lot of applications are there. So before moving to the machine learning, we are having lots of challenges, right? And then machine learning was evolved. So initially, what you have the rule-based system, right? As I simply give the example, we are having a washing machine, right? Automatic washing machine. So in automatic washing machine, so that is the completely, it works on a rule base, right? We already train, we already put some rules. You have to just give that much amount of that much amount of cloths, maybe 30 cloth, 20 cloth capacity of the what tubes, right? And then it will take the automatically intake of the waters. It will swings, it will perform, it will calculate the times, and then it will perform all the operations, and finally your clothes will be get washed. So the initially it was what rule based. Still there is a rule base, right? But now we want to be the that is not only the rule, but it will take automatically. So initially it's rule based, then we have to be hard code into the what system. If the program fail, right? So you have to check the different test cases. So you have to consider all the test scenario over the your system can be failed, right? But if it is failed, then what is the decision you have? So over the failure cases, your system must be able to what take automatic decision. So that is not there very first. So this was the challenge: how to make such thing in automations, how my machine will take the decisions, how the rule will be changed according to the conditions, and automatically from their own experience, it will generate the what decisions. So these are the basically challenge. So initially it was, I can say, the hard coded, right? Over the certain rules, you can have certain decisions. It doesn't have any random decisions over any of the situations. I have to be trained my system for all such type of situations, and from all the situations, it will take the what decision. So that is what very important. They come across this hard coded system will not work. This rule based system will never work. So they have a challenge how to overcome all such parameters, and then we are having some AI ML related, where everything will be in automations, and the it will take some decisions, right? So finally, I just gone through the application. So now let me go inside deep machine learning, right? What exactly the machine learning, and we listed out a few applications and a few examples of that application, as well as how these things are happening. Right. Suppose I suddenly I came the idea and that I want that such things will be resolved, right? So then I have to be formulate that particular problem, and then only I can design that whether it is belong, whether it is solved by machine learning, or I have to be decide that kind of what the background. Then only. So let's understand what is machine learning now and how machine learning take the decisions. So here you can have a past data, my machine in the sense what my model, right, will learns from the data. The past data is what the data set. As I already told you, suppose you are working on COVID-19 data. So there are huge data sets are available, or maybe you can generate your own data set. So the data set will be generated, and then you have to pass the data into the what your model. So models can be designed on any of the languages. Right? Suppose somebody asks, so how you will design the model? So the most popular language is what Python. You can use the Python for designing that model. Maybe you can use R programming to designing that model, right? Java also support the machine learning. So there are a lot of languages are there, which is not a very big problem. But you have to decide if with these languages I have all the features and my models will work perfectly. So the model you have to be designed on a specific language platform. You have to pass the data, right? And that over the data, just my model will get trained. And for any of the input in a futuristic or maybe any input you are giving to that model, over it, it will perform the decision or prediction. And then that you have to analyze whether your prediction or decisions having how much the accuracy. So that accuracy you can also calculate. So you are predicting it should be this, but it is not generating, so there is some error. So how you can resolve the error? So you have to be backtrack. You have to fit few more data related to that output. Then again your model will learn, analyze their own memory, and then again it will predict. So again and again you have to train your models, then your predictions will be what? High. So right, so this is what the machine learning. So how machine will be predict or decide? It is on the what? Past data. And over the past data, it will learn, and for the new data, it will take a decision. So that is what my model will be here. Okay. So as I can suggest you, you can go through the Anaconda distributors where you are having all the Python libraries are ready-made installed. You can use the Jupyters. You can use the Google Colab online where you can perform all such type of tasks. So you must be having some experience of the what Python with very basic Python. You can start the what designing that type of machine learning models. So this is not a big deal now. So this is what machine learning life cycle. So once I convert my particular problems into the models and after passing all the data into it, and now I'm having some decision making. So it passes through the what life cycle of the machine learning. So see here, so there is a very first and very important part that is what the gathering the data. You must have a data with you. If you don't have a data, then you cannot perform the machine learning, right? So data is very essential here. So you gather the data from the different sources. So there are a lot of sources are available, as I told you. The Google search open data set, Kaggle is the another one, Amazon, Microsoft, UCI library. So there are a lot of data sets, resources, open source resources are available. You just gather the data. Then very first step is very important. Once you gather the data, you must be having a good understanding about the data. Without understanding of the data, you are not able to understand what you want from the machines, what you want from the model, what model you are designing or developing. Then we perform the data preparation. So data preparation is what the data preparation and data wrangling. This is what some of the similar one where I'm just going to address you the combined approach of this data preparation and data wrangling. So data preparation is what all about you have to understand about the data. You must have a which attributes with characteristics you have to be add into your data set, which is more important, which is more relevant for the decisions making. So that preparations you have to be performed. Data wrangling is what all about the cleaning. So there are a lot of noise in the data, right? There are some null values are also there. There is no values for some information, right? So every day in a COVID-19 as well as, so what happened, there are some numbers are generated, right? The infected people's, right, maybe recovered people, but that data is what still unassigned. So later on they assign that data into the all the states on the or in all the districts as well as, so then this data will be what come into the what actual category of the data. So we have to be reduce the noise, null values, right, unrelated informations. So that is what the part of the data wrangling. Analyze the data. Now finally you are having compact data. You done all the pre-processing right over it. So in the data preparation and data wrangling, so in the Panda, they are offering the Pandas library so that you can explore later on for just for the information. For that data analysis, you have to perform the analysis over it. So here again Python offer the matplotlib is the another visualizations library. So once you have a data, you can just plot some graphs and you can have some statistics about it. So it will help you to analyze the data between the x and y dimensions and result. Then next is what train the model. So that is the very important part here, training and testing. So suppose I have a data having 10,000 records of the information. So over the 10,000 informations, right? I have to be fixed. Okay, I'm going to train my system over the 8,000 and the remaining 2,000 for the testing purpose. So that ratios are some standard ratios we follows in machine learning, 80-20, maybe 70-30 kind of. It depend, right? That depend on the accuracy and the number of training you can perform over it. So there are some, so whole data will divide into the two subset, right? The one is the training set, another one is the testing set. So for the training, we pass the data for the training purpose. The remaining 20%, maybe the 30% for the testing the model. So it will tell you the what accuracy of the what model. So then you can differentiate, right, and make the difference and get the how much models are performing accurately. So they are correlated. And then finally, once your models are prepared, then you can deploy the model anywhere, and you can give the interface to the models. So the model is what the backend part. Understand? It's work in a backend. You have to give some user interface through which the user will put some information into it, and then it will generate the what uh, decisions over it. So understand these are 7 steps are very important whenever you are starting any machine learning and you are applying the machine learning to solve that particular problem. So you have to be go through all the 7 steps. You just analyze everything before applying any machine learning, and then what might be your machine learning model will work according to what your expectation. Very important, right? There are 3 types of machine learning algorithms are there. AI also having the types of weak AI, strong AI, right? So similarly, in the machine learning, we are having supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. So I'm not going into the much detail about it, but let me just give you the very small idea about all this type of the learning. That is what the supervised, as you know, you are learning under the supervisions. It's a what classroom learning. So in the classroom learning, there is one teacher. The teacher is going to teach you something. So under that supervisions, you are learning. So at the same time, it will what correct you. If this is not correct, this is the correct. So that is what supervise. So all type of the classifications problems, right? Regressions problems come into that category where we are having some target, and over it your learning will be there. Suppose I want to crack that IELTS exam. So my target is what the 7.5, right? Band. So accordingly, I will start the training. I will start the what learning and under some supervisions. And then I know my target is what that, and you achieve that target. If it is not achieved, then again I will learn more and then again try, and again the result will be there. So that is what the in the supervision. Unsupervised, where is there is no supervision, there is a no teacher, there is a absent of the teacher, right? The machine automatically learn from their own experience. We have to just give the more sample to the machine, and that is more about the what clusters. So how it will be form the clusters, right? So here we work on the clusters. There is no interactions with the what teacher during that. The third category is the what reinforcement learning. There we are going to make some agent, and that is totally what feedback mechanism. Suppose as example, you are just playing game. So whenever you cross any of the steps, so it will rewards, right? And for the next step, you make some policy and you crack that step again, and then move to the what another third steps. So every time whenever you move, the reward will be there. You are just making the policies how to crack that steps, and then you will get the what rewards. If you fail, then again you correct your policy. So this is what automatically agent based. So we are going to make the agent, we are going to train the agent over the training, then agent will perform the what operations over the reward and losses. So this is another third type of reinforcement learning. These all are the machine learning algorithms, right? The supervised learning having classification and regression, the unsupervised learning having what clustering and association. So I hope I think it is now over. So I have just covered the very basic applications which is more realistic and which we use in a daily life, right? So understand, if you are having, you can start your career by solving any of the real time problem with machine learning, right? As a programming point of view, you can work with R and Python programming, so which is more having the applications related to the machine learning and capabilities they have. So let me end these sessions. If you have any questions, you can put into the comment, and I will try